Today we cook with Krook. With 140 HP, Krookodile's Poaching Fangs deals 90 damage for 3 energy. And then you flip 3 coins. For each heads, you return a random card from the opponent's hand back to their deck. This is a very strong effect, because we're not just taking away cards from their hand. By returning them to the deck, we force them to have to draw them again, making it so that as long as Krookodile is online, our opponents will be unable to thin out their deck, effectively forcing them to fight with minimal resources. Unfortunately, there is a big price to pay for this effect. Krookodile requires 3 energy to function, and for a stage 2 evolution, his attack is weak, failing to score a 2-hit KO on big EX Pokemon backed up by healing. And once Krookodile goes down, so does the 3 energy we invested onto him. Building up another attacker that can provide us with the damage output required to finish the game seems downright impossible, given the speed at which most decks operate. I tried combining Krookodile with Giratina EX, following the same logic behind Darkrai Giratina, which is to build up 2 attackers simultaneously. The problem is Krookodile takes up 4 more deck slots, and once you start attacking with him, you can't really afford to stop. This makes Giratina extremely awkward when going second, as you'll have to skip a turn in the endgame without having Darkrai's passive damage to aid you. Krookodile's design leads to quite the conundrum, as he is a 3 energy attacker that wants to be your offensive lead, because the more time passes, the more deck thinning your opponent will achieve. How the hell do we make a viable deck with a card that wants to attack first, requires 3 energy to do so, and lacks overall damage output? The answer is Guzzlord. Today's deck combines Krookodile with the Ultra Beast. We destroy our opponent's hand to then bring in the endgame power we desperately need, thanks to Lusamine. Celesteela's Ultra Thrusters allow us to pivot our Ultra Beast effortlessly. This way, we sponge our opponent's early aggression while we build up Sandile in the bench. How do we send Krookodile to the front line, though? Celesteela's ability can only swap Ultra Beasts. Here is where things get spicy. Celesteela is a normal type, meaning once it's damaged, we can return it to our hand with Ilima. Krookodile comes in and the poaching begins, undoing our opponent's hand and leaving their deck nice and thick. When they finally manage to take down Krook, Lusamine charges up Guzzlord, allowing us to sweep with Tyrannical Hole. We run 1 copy of Red Card, which we keep in hand up until Krookodile is ready to go, as we can undo our opponent's hand build up to then poach the remains. Some games we need a little bit of extra damage output, which is why we run 1 copy of Rocky Helmet. This is my favorite deck this expansion so far. Celesteela walls, Ilima recalls, Krookodile deletes their hand, Guzzlord slams. Click on the link in the description down below to head on over to Tactor.com, where you'll find all of my decks, and you can share yours. What Pokemon should up to the ground next? You decide. Leave a comment down below, and we'll see what we can do. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. We post Pokemon Pocket Decks here daily. Have a solid day. Enjoy the games. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. All right, here we go. I'm excited for this one. This is a brew that's taken quite a bit of time to get to. There's a lot of trial and error with Krookodile, man. It's been a difficult card to really crack. And we got an Ultra Beast matchup right off the bat. Okay, so we got Lusamine in hand. We have Rocky Helmet and Professor's Research. There's the Guzzlord. We obviously want to find Sandile, which we already do. Now Rare Candy is all we need. We have the setup. Double Celesteela, 1 Guzzlord, and Sandile there. We can apply a Rocky Helmet here. And get to work. Placing the energy onto the Sandile to try to build up the Krookodile. We need Ilima to be able to retreat the Celesteela. But if we are in a situation where we just can't quite find the piece, then we can try to build up Guzzlord instead. So it's Talonflame with Blacephalon. There's a Pokemon Communication there. Because no matter what, we won't be able to attack with this guy next turn anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and place my energy onto Guzzlord instead. We have to adjust, you know, because right now we have a Crocodile, but we need a rare candy and an Ilima to attack with it. So because we have neither of those pieces, now that we do, we go ahead and place the energy onto Sandile. Because now we're just one rare candy away from being able to attack here. As they're just building up their pieces. We Professor's Research. And enable our rare candy. And pump up the Guzzlord in the meanwhile. We're waiting for them to attack. We are quite simply waiting for them to attack onto us. Now with Ilima, we can send in Crocodile and start attacking their hand. As we have Guzzlord as a backup. This is like the foundation of this deck. Is like Crocodile requires a lot of energy. So it's important to be able to pair him with a... It's important to be able to pair him with a Pokemon that can also build up. You know, I tried Giratina EX, but like I explained in the intro, the attack like doesn't... Like the fact that we want to attack with Crocodile as early as possible makes it so that if we don't run Psychic Energy, Giratina becomes really difficult to enable. Now they bring in Blacephalon. And a red card would be everything here. As Lusamine is enabled. I repeat, Lusamine is enabled. So they get the point, but now... Oh! Yu-Gi-Oh! Here we go. Red card to attack the hand. Strip them of everything but 3 cards. And now we Poaching Fangs. Finishing off Blacephalon. And taking 1 card away from them. That's a rare candy right there, denied. The odds of them being able to enable Talonflame are quite low here. And we have Guzzlord to ram on them. The fact that they chose not to engage and gave us time enables our endgame to be extremely powerful. Our Guzzlord is dealing 120 damage. I forgot to Lusamine, didn't I? I just realized. There's no reason... Yeah, there's no reason I shouldn't have... This Pokeball is dead. But there's no... correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't play any other supporter last turn. Yeah, I don't think so, so... There's no reason for me not to Lusamine. You can only discard if your opponent has gotten at least 1 point. Choose one of your Ultra Beasts. Attach 2 random... Oh, because I haven't lost energy yet, so I can't play it, of course. I knew that. I totally knew that. I'm just gonna build up energy on the Sandile. Because until they deal with my Crocodile, I can't really play, and I forgot about that for a moment. Let's attack again. Getting that 1 coin, getting rid of the candy. Oh yeah, no rare candy for you. And that's the idea. We have a solid attacker, and then we have a strong backup for it, and we get to target the hand to disrupt any sort of potential supporters in the end game. They're just pivoting around the Celesteela's, building up energy for the Blacephalon. We have 140 HP though, which is just good enough for us to deny them. I'm gonna play this Pokeball because if I get Mars, I don't want to have to draw it again. And we keep poaching them. We keep poaching them, denying them their draw. That's what Crocodile does. Once he goes online, we just shut down their ability to draw. Look at how many cards they have in their deck. It's this late into the game, and they have 12 cards in their deck. The power! And now they bring in Blacephalon, but it's just not enough. Because our Crocodile has... Like, his attack may be underwhelming from a damage perspective, but his HP stat really matters in this meta. And just like that, we can enable another one. Ladies and gentlemen, just like that, we can just pivot this one. And now we get to Lusamine. Not giving the fletchling the kill. And we don't have to worry about Cyrus because we keep attacking the hand and denying them supporter plays. So we just, again and again, we just force them to top deck. Like they have to top deck a Cyrus out of 12 cards. This is beautiful. It's just shut down. Oh man, we cooked. It took me, God, it took me a lot, but we cooked. You guys have no idea. I spent until like 6 in the morning. It was like I tried so many different concepts. Ah, but this one just feels very nice. Round 2. Going first this time against water. We have the Sandile lead. Because of Lusamine, we can place energy. We don't run Leaf. Oh, wishy-washy. Because we can place energy onto Sandile, even if we end up like they end up killing it before we get to do anything with our Krookodile. I think I want to play the Celesteela. I need at least one Celesteela, and I don't know about this Rocky Helmet just yet. Even though I have double rare candy in hand and I want to find Krookodile, I have 3 turns to do so. I'm a slow attacker to begin with, so they're gonna call their family. And we're just gonna quite simply bite them. The problem is, Wishy-Washy EX gets to knock us out in 1 hit. But unless they high roll with Misty, we can hit them before they hit us, basically, and then we can Lusamine. That was like the biggest thing for me to crack with Krookodile. He's like such a slow attacker, and not 3 energy for 90 damage, even though the disruptive nature of it is super, super nice. I'm gonna keep this Celesteela in hand, because I can go for Pokemon Communication afterwards. I'm gonna place the energy onto Sandile again. And I'm gonna bite them once more. Like, the Wishy-Washy is still quite slow here. But Lusamine allows us to not lose momentum, because what I found myself again and again is when I played Krookodile, if they managed to deal with him early... Okay, unless they flip like 2 heads with Misty here. Good. If I lose him early, then I would lose all momentum. So I thought, well, pair him with Giratina, right? But if I start attacking with Krookodile at 3 energy, a lot of times I would have to still skip a turn to be able to do that. I'm going to go for the Pokemon Communication to try to find Krookodile here, which I do not, unfortunately. So I'm gonna go ahead and put an energy onto this Sandile and proceed to bite them, forcing them to have a way to return the Wishy-Washy to hand. As they Misty once again, and they miss. Thank God, because we just cannot find our pieces here. They do have the fishing net. And I need to find that Krookodile. It's now or never. Here we go. Oh my God, holy mother of bricks. Well, I'm gonna bite them. Unfortunately, we just bricked like crazy. We bricked like crazy here. Now the question is, do I go with Celesteela? No, I gotta play to win, so I gotta go with Krookodile here. To try to attack their hand. There we go. It's not over yet. We go for this, we go for the Lusamine play, onto Celesteela as backup, we go for the Rocky Helmet. We red card them. And now we're gonna need a coin flip in our going our way. Otherwise, it's over. So the result of this game, like, bank on the coin flips. This Rocky Helmet basically prevents them from... And I also need to find... There's a lot of things that I need to happen here, because I also need to find a Guzzlord here. As I haven't been able to make use of my Ilemas, unfortunately. It's not looking good. First of all, like, if I don't flip heads with this, I don't get it. I don't go anywhere. We find another Celesteela. We're gonna go for the Moon Baton, and we're gonna try to see if we can hit them. We can. Okay, so at least we got that going. And then I need to top deck a... Oh! Oh! I forgot I killed the fish! I killed the fish! I forgot! I forgot I had 1 point! Oh god, I was like playing hard mode at that point. Alright, okay, that coin flip was... Oh, a lot more clutch than I expected. That was an ultimate brick. Wow. Alright. From water to grass, we got the Celesteela lead, which is the ideal one with Ilema in hand. Pheromosa, unfortunately, is not what we want to see. Because they can target our back here. I could get red carded, but I don't want to give them like that free attack. Yeah, this kind of matchup is one of the worst because not only do they hit our Crocodile super effectively, like they can reach any sort of deck that can reach the bench is difficult for us to deal with. Let's go for the Pokeball. As we find Guzzlord. Energy on to Sandile. I kind of want to keep this other Celesteela in hand. What if they Sabrina me, though? I mean, do you play Sabrina with this? You don't play Sabrina. Because keeping the Celesteela is important because we can use Pokemon Communication to find Crocodile if we draw into Rare Candy. So we want to try to enable that, especially because we have the Ilema already, so we can bounce the Celesteela. We can bring in the Crocodile at any time, right? So we don't want to play the other cards because we don't want them to damage the Guzzlord. The Guzzlord is our win condition. They attack again. Let's see what we draw. Another Pokeball. So now we can drop the Celesteela. Because we pretty much guarantee... I still don't want them to damage my Guzzlord. I don't know what the hell's going on with their hand. But I'm not going to complain here. They're spreading out their damage. That's good for us, though. Okay, there's the Rare Candy. Here we go. Here we go. Game over. Omega lol. I have no idea what's going on. Like, I don't know. Like, they must have bricked to oblivion. But this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. With Ilema, we can bounce the Celesteela and bring in the Crocodile. And then from this point onwards, when the Crocodile goes down, I can use Lusamine to turbo enable the Guzzlord as a finisher. At least we get to see one card in hand. They had a Leaf Cape. They didn't even equip that. I mean, it would have mattered. Why didn't they put the Leaf Cape in? What? All right, what do we got now? A little bit of steel. We got that Celesteela lead, though, which is the ideal one, because now our Ilemas are enabled. Especially with double Celesteela, like we can just pivot them around. We have the rare candy. Let's see if we find the Sandile. We do not. Guzzlord is something that I want to develop. The other Celesteela I'm going to hold on to my hand. Because I can use it to fish for Sandile. I have 2 Sandiles and 1 Krookodile in the deck. So right now it's a 2 out of 3 chance to find Sandile. But because I don't have to place energy this turn, I don't have to go for the Pokemon communication. Like, the only downside here is if they were to, like, red card me. But I generally avoid playing around early game red card in situations like these because I'd rather play optimally and find my pieces. It's really important for us to be able to start generating energy. So I'm going to wait until next turn because I get 1 more draw, which means more of a chance. They're playing Dialga, okay. I don't like combining Dialga personally with 2 energy attackers. I just think that's a little bit redundant. But then again, you're just packing a bunch of EX Pokemon together, so that's a tough lineup to deal with. But Lusamine with Guzzlord is pretty damn legit. They're gonna headbutt us. But as they do, they enable Ilema. There's the Lusamine. We're gonna go for the Pokemon communication. Fishing for the Sandile. Most often than not, we will get it. There we go. If they have Duck Trio, like, I may be compelled to pivot into Guzzlord to protect against it. Because we're gonna make use of Guzzlord's massive HP stat here to not lose the Celesteela in the process. Ideally, it would be another Celesteela here instead, but the 170 HP means that unless they flip 3 heads, they don't get to knock us out no matter what. So that's very relevant here. And that's the beauty of this combination, right? Like, between them, I can pivot effortlessly while I buy time to build up the Krookodile. This is definitely the way to play this Pokemon. Because with Krookodile, is not just the fact that it's a 3 energy attacker. It's the fact that it's a 3 energy attacker that wants to attack as fast as possible. But ramping energy onto it, like, the options in the game available right now are very inefficient and require you to fill up a lot of deck space. So I ultimately went against the idea of ramping into it. But because you want to attack with it first, oftentimes when it goes down, then you'll just be left without options here. There's the Ilema. There's the Ilema, ladies and gentlemen. So now we're gonna rare candy onto Krookodile, and we're gonna pivot with Ultra Thrusters again. Because if Celesteela happens to go down here, then, you know, we just bring in Krookodile immediately. And and once Krookodile goes down, we can start, we go for Lusamine to enable the Guzzlord as a finisher. But if they don't kill it, if they bring in something like Dialga to ramp, we can Ilema to bounce it back, bring in Krookodile, and we haven't given our opponents a point yet. And we don't need to Lusamine before, you know, before then, because as long as Krookodile's in the front line, we have a decent attacker. We have the attacker that we want. That's why, like, this deck just... This is a cook that I'm really proud of, to be honest. It's one of my... I'm not saying it's one of my strongest decks, right? It's more of a fun deck than precisely like hyper competitive, but there's more to just hyper competitiveness in card games. I'm of the opinion that, you know, there's a reason why I play card games over other games like chess, for example. Like, there's this fun element of like putting these cards together and just having these synergies flow that is so satisfying. And that's the kick that I get out of the genre. Like, making decks like these just makes me really happy. There's the ramp. There's the ramp, and now here's the Ilema. And we find the second Celesteela, which protects us against Sabrina. So energy onto Krookodile, Ilima onto the damaged Celesteela, Krookodile to the front, Poaching Fangs. To threaten a 2-hit kill. This person's like disconnecting and reconnecting like all the time. Let's see if we can get a nice hit here. That's a bit like, that's not great. There's a Sabrina, so they are playing Sabrina. The thing is, we're not threatened by any attacker here. And we're threatening this Dialga. I mean, they could have healing, but a Pokemon Center Lily doesn't do it. And now we can start building up energy on the Guzzlord. 1 energy on the Guzzlord is all we need so that when the Krookodile goes down, we can attack with it immediately. And we took a hit with it prior, but we still have 150 damage. The downside with us taking damage into the Guzzlord now is that they could like Cyrus is a very powerful play here, right? Because we struggle pivoting the Ultra Beast out. That's why we run Ilima, right? So I could get punished. And I do. I actually do get punished. That Cyrus is rough. And my opponent's just like roping like crazy. But there's a second Ilima. And to play around Sabrina, we play the second Celesteela. Energy onto Guzzlord. And we wait for them to attack us. They've already played 1 Cyrus. Yeah, that Cyrus definitely hurt us. Like, me letting that Guzzlord take damage, that was a bit of a sussy play. I just didn't want my Celesteela to be run down through immediately. The threat of the Alolan Duck Trio was very real. So, I definitely got punished there. But I just need them to hit me here. So I can Ilima again. God, this deck is so cool, dude. It's so dope. I'm kind of like tooting my own horn here, but this is like... I was really excited to record with this. It's just dope. More Metallic Turbo. That's why I don't like Dialga with these Pokemon. They're just very easy to enable anyways. And we Ilima again. Ladies and gentlemen, we Ilima again. Bring Celesteela back down. And we Poaching Fang. Hopefully we get a good attack on the hand here. Come on, two heads. I just died. There's a red card there. I mean, at least like we nullify, we hurt their potential top decks. And Krookodile's HP allows me to survive pretty much anything here. Except for a triple heads with a Alolan Duck Trio. The good thing is now we're not vulnerable. Like the odds of them having a second Cyrus are very low. We know they have a Sabrina. We return it to their deck. One more attack with Krookodile here. We know they have red card too, so we gotta watch out for that. We have to watch out for that. They go for the heavy impact. We go for the research. I basically want a red card to discourage their own red card. So I thin my deck. Like the only purpose of this red card is just that. Energy onto Guzzlord. And then Poaching Fangs once again. Come on, we need a better roll here though. Let's cripple their hand. We've had enough chances. Come on. One. Ah man, we just cannot get that good roll. Repel. They play Sabrina and Repel. Krookodile could have done better this game. We had a lot of attacks and we just could not manage to hit more than one card. Like, this was definitely a low roll for Krookodile. If they just stiffen here, though, I will just continue to attack and attack their hand and try to disrupt their draw. That's the power of Krookodile. It can lock the opponent out of being able to draw what they need. Yep. I'll only be dealing 40 damage here, but it will be worth it. I want to... Let's play this Professor's Research. Like, they could red card us. We know they played red card, but... I'm going to go for the Rocky Helmet here. I'm going to play the Pokeball so that I thin the deck overall, so that red card just does not have as much of an impact. Spreading out my energy a little bit, and I Poaching Fangs again. Come on, Krookodile. And we hit actually 60 because we hit the super effectively. I forgot about that. Krookodile, come on. No, it's just he's just having an off day. He's just having an off day. But here's the thing. I've dealt enough damage. That Pokemon Center Lady does not cut it. Because the Rocky Helmet, which we're running to give us a little bit of extra power, as there's the red card we expected, but we have like a total of like, what, 5 cards in the deck? So like the odds of us not finding what we need here are pretty much non-existent because we still have 2 Lucamines left in the deck. And at this point, we don't even need it because our opponents played this really slowly. But that's also what Krookodile can do. Krookodile can slow down the game. That plus Rocky Helmet means Guzzlord ends it. Normally, like this game, we were like under a lot of less pressure. Tyrannical Hole for the KO. Beautiful. So normally, you know, we would be under more pressure, right? But that's also the role Krookodile has. You know, if they don't get everything going off immediately, like we can just shut them down and prevent them from completing their board. The more evolutions that they run, the more vulnerable they are. All right, this time we go second against Grass, and we have, oh man, I love seeing that Celestial lead, especially against Grass because Sandile is weak to it. We have Pokemon Communication and Rare Candy, a total of 7 Pokemon in the deck, so we're gonna keep track of how many Pokemon we draw throughout the game. As Pheromosa, you know, this is probably one of the worst matchups because not because of the grass typing per se, but because of the fact that they can reach the bench. Them being able to reach the bench is a big problem. If we bounce this back with Ilima, by the way, we discard the energy, which enables the Lucamine. Holy, okay. Okay. Holy mother of bricks. Like only one Pokemon being drawn here. Meowscarada being set up in the back. Yes, finally we find Sandile. I could just build up the Celesteela, but I think that's ultimately a mistake. I'm gonna play you. To basically encourage them to stay with the Pheromosa and spread out their damage. There's the Rowlet. And then Meowscarada. Rare Candy Decidueye is the biggest problem here. Let's see where they place the energy. Onto Meowscarada. So this Decidueye is not quite a threat yet. Cyrus could be a problem. But I can't play around it. I gotta keep the Celesteela in hand. I can't play around Mars, nor I can't play around Cyrus. I basically have to keep the Celesteela in hand and make use of my Pokemon communication in a pinch. But I need to give myself one more draw. I have to play optimally here. I do expose myself doing this. But I gotta play to the best of my odds. See, I drew another Pokemon. And me drawing another Pokemon here significantly enhances my chances. Now there's basically a 2 out of 3 chance for this Pokemon communication to hit. The question is, what do I return back? What do I return back? Because I have Lusamine, I think I just returned the Sandile back. Especially because I haven't drawn any... let's just drop you. Let's Pokemon communication. And really hope we manage to... Yeah, there we go. Rare Candy onto Krookodile. With an energy on it. Ilima. To open up the way. We have no more Pokemon communication, so we just drop Celesteela down. And we fang them. And try to disrupt their Decidueye generation. Here we go. Come on. Some good rolls. Come on. 2 heads. Give me 2 heads. Ah, oh, come on. Ah, oh, man. I would have liked a better roll than that. I would have liked a better roll than that. But they bring in Meowscarada. That gives us the opportunity to attack it again. Ilima protects us against the Sabrina. This hits it super effectively, but we're not an EX, so we can tank it. And we find another Krookodile. Put the energy onto this. And Poaching Fangs again. Come on, Krookodile. Give me a better roll. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Double heads. Is that hard? There we go. Rare Candy and Meowscarada down. We also hit the Erica last turn as well. So we stripped him of 3 cards. Which means they got no healing left. So we can Lusamine here. And build up this Celesteela. And believe in the coin flip. Come on! Hey! Okay, there's the kill. There's the kill. Huge. Huge. This game is kind of running on these Celesteelas, though. They cry for help, I'll red card. Anything that I can do to diminish their chances, I will do. I'm gonna red card here, and I'm gonna Rocky Helmet. And believe in the coin flip gods. To make up for all those prior Crocodile misses. Come on, Celesteela, come on, girl, end this. End this. End this! No! God damn it. Leaf Cape does not save them. He cries for help again. Their hand is full of Pokemon. There you are. There they cry, Uncle. Let's go. Oh, man. That's such a rough matchup. And we came out on top. Oh, that was clean. That was beautiful. Oh, I'm in love. Here we go, final boss. Against water. Oh, okay, I've been blessed with the Celesteela lead. But the thing is, thanks to Celesteela, we don't mind leading off with Guzzlord either. because we can pivot it out back into Celesteela. The bad lead is Sandile, basically. But it's not the end of the world because we can still pump energy onto it. If they kill it, we can enable the Guzzlord after. And we have one hell of a hand here, ladies and gentlemen. Which would be perfect if we found another... I don't want a red card here. But another basic would be everything. Because I am vulnerable to a Sabrina here. Okay, but they don't do it. I don't want to throw the red card in so early. Just to get a 1-for-1 trade. Like, I want to actually strip their hand away. As they put energy onto Celesteela. Okay, we find you. Now I do want to red card them. They have 6 cards in hand. Like, I want to disrupt this. Whatever it is they're doing. And at this point, I want to evolve into Krookodile. To play around a potential red card from them. Get that out of the hand, because I really value these Ilemas that I have. Like, I don't want this hand to go away, even though I have another Krookodile in hand that's not very useful. It can potentially be used with Pokemon Communication to help me find Guzzlord. So, I like this hand. They keep pumping this up, even if they hit. I actually want them to hit me. I wanted to play heads. Okay, good draw. Good draw. I would like to find another Celesteela or something. Not Sandile. Anything but Sandile. There we go. Very important. Energy on to Krookodile. We preserve Celesteela in the front, and we want them to attack us, and we want them to hit us. We actually want them to hit us. Flip heads. Flip heads. You got this. You got this. Attaboy. Well done. Perfect. Perfect. Oh, yeah. Now, this Rocky Helmet. They can't attack with the Silvally. So this Rocky Helmet is kind of pointless right now. We're going to Ilema. But then again, no, I am going to play the Rocky Helmet. I'm going to play it. And poach him. Come on. Come on, Krookodile. Come on. Come on. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. Okay, at least one. Oh, it can't Ilema now. Oh, so I have another one. Miss. No! Okay. Alright, we're gonna have one more attack as we build up the Guzzlord EX. And there's the Lusamine, just in time. Perfection. Poaching Fangs. Krookodile, we need a little bit better here. Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on, you got this. 1, 2. There we go. That's more like it. Irida and Gladion. Denied. If they don't find Silvally, they need a heads from a coin flip to knock out the Krookodile here. And even if they do, Lusamine Guzzlord is ready. Okay. Krookodile did what he needed to do, though. Look how fat their deck is. Look how fat their deck is compared to mine. This is gorgeous. And now Guzzlord is online. Because 1 energy is all he requires. And no Sabrina can slow us down. This game is over, ladies and gentlemen. God damn. Find that Sandile, because why not? And Tyrannical Hold'em. Whoo! The power! Silvally is something we one-shot. Unless they have a Giant Cape, but they need Silvally and Giant Cape specifically just have 2 cards in hand. They got. This is my favorite deck this expansion so far. Oh my god. I put so many hours. You have no idea. I put so many hours. I barely slept because I really want to deliver quality content. I'm not implying I'm breaking the meta with the decks that I share or but I want it to be legitimately like playable and for the synergies to actually function. And I spent so much time on this Pokemon because I found it so cool. But Pokemon Pocket makes it so like it's a lot easier to build a deck in Pokemon Pocket that just excels at dealing damage. That's why, like for example, with Silvally, the most common combination is Rampardos because you get to deal 100 damage for 2 energy and 1 damage for 130 energy. For 130 damage for 1 energy. So that's hard to match, right? It is a game about damage after all. Creating decks like these that sacrifice damage for disruption and require more complex sequencing with 20 card decks, sometimes it's very difficult, right? Like I'm not a genius, so I do a lot of trial and error. Like I have to experiment a lot. I have to try a lot of different stuff, and this deck just I don't think I've ever put so much work into finding out a deck for a card ever, but the sense of like it just feels so rewarding. It's just really fun to play, man. It's so fucking fun. And I don't know, maybe it's just like subjective, right? Like maybe I'm just like really into this kind of stuff, but I love it, man. And it feels nice. But if you could leave a like, leave a comment, share, like let the video spread out. It would help all this hard work be worth it. I mean, it already is. And you guys already give me a lot of support, but I really appreciate you guys watching the videos, and I hope you enjoyed today's because this one is one that I'm particularly proud of. So thank you guys for watching. Have a swell day. Hope you enjoyed the games, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.